Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome to my analysis video on the LEGO Ideas TRON Legacy set. Starting off with the superficial stuff, this set is set number 21314 with 230 pieces. It will retail for $35 in the United States, and it is the 21st LEGO Ideas set. And before I continue, I just want to mention that I have never seen a Tron movie, and I have basically no knowledge about this franchise, besides the fact that, hey, the light cycles look pretty cool. But judging by the front of the box, you can see that this set comes with two different light cycles. Now, I don't know the names of any of the characters, but you can see that we have our good guy on the blue light cycle, and he looks pretty cool. And then with an identical build with just swapped colors, we have the orange light cycle with our antagonist, and we'll get a better look at the figures in the next photo. And that photo is of the back of the box, where to start off with the figures. And we'll start with the bad guy. He comes with two identity discs, from what I've heard. I believe that's what those are called, identity discs. But, anyway, you can see that he looks pretty cool. He uses the invincible Iron Man helmet that premiered last year, and since then has been used for, like, the Vulture, for example. And, you can see that he just has a lot of dark gray lining on his torso and legs to create a lot of just detail for his armor, as well as just a bunch of orange lights. So that's a pretty cool figure. And again, he comes with two of those discs, and they can be attached to his back via a Technic pin neck brace, like the type LEGO uses on Venom and Doc Ock. Then second off, we have our protagonist, who comes with one identity disc. It can be attached onto his back via a clear neck brace, which I'm not a huge fan of. I just don't like that piece, or more accurately, I don't like how it's always used in clear. I feel so that I would really like that piece if LEGO started making it in, say, black. Like, I think it would have looked really great in black here, but instead LEGO just keeps making that neck brace in clear, and I just really don't like it. But anyway, you can see that he has some very nice printing on his torso and legs, and he also has some arm printing, which is a bit subtle, but it continues the gray lining and the white with and blue lights. Well, really blue lights, but there's just a lot of white in there with just blue highlights, which is a really cool effect because it does actually look like lights. But anyway, he has a nice face print, which is exclusive, and he does come with the spiky hair in nougat. But in both pictures, we see him situated with his helmet, which is the football helmet in black, with a blue space visor, and, oh, I forgot to mention that the antagonist just has the resistance trooper face used underneath his helmet, which is fine, because from what I've heard, you never see his face in the movie. But anyway, the last of the three figures is my personal favorite. It's a female character. She has the black bob hairpiece, which is nice to see. She has a very nice facial print, which is double-sided. I forgot to mention, but both of our good guy figures have double-sided faces. They have the sides you see and then an angry face. But I think her torso and leg print looks the best out of all of them. Like, I think it's interesting how the other two figures both have the very symmetrical designs, while hers, especially on the legs, although really on the torso as well, is completely non-symmetrical, and just, I don't know, it just looks more stylish, I guess you could say. Her arm printing is definitely more notable, as not only do I think the lights show up a bit more due to being larger on her arms, but she also has her shoulders exposed, and I think it's interesting that for that, LEGO just went with printing rather than dual molding. I mean, I do think that printing works better here, since now here we just have basically the shoulder instead of the entire top half of the arm. But anyway, you can see that she comes with an identity disc and a katana. Moving on to the builds, I really only focus on the blue light cycle because the orange one is an exact copy of it. And this looks really nice. You have the 4 printed 4x4 radar dishes for the wheels. And from what I've seen, those can turn, so I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to work, since these just peg onto the base, which you'll see in a second with studs. But then the wheels can turn, so I don't know how they did that, because then the wheels would have to be flush with the ground. But if the wheels are flush with the ground, then that means that the bottom of the bike can't be flush with the ground. I don't know. Maybe there's a thing where, like, the wheels just shift down a little, or the chassis of the bike shifts up a little, so you can turn it from just display mode into play mode. I don't know what it could be. Alternatively, the wheels go down beyond the base of the bike, and they just give you, like, a clear plate to attach underneath. I don't know. But anyway, you can see that this is a nice and accurate build. And you have the handlebars there, which is a nice touch. And really not much to say on either of these bikes. I mean, it's really just what you see is what you get. Like, there aren't any play features, but I do like that they use the banner pieces behind them to represent sort of a light trail. That's nice for display, and of course, being a LEGO Ideas set, that is the main goal of this set. You want to just have a nice display piece, and to help with that, the set also comes with this base, which, as you can see, has the the grid circuitry design that seems to be sort of the thing with TRON. And it looks pretty nice. I mean, you could obviously just set both bikes up on it in this sort of the two rectangles design. But what's cool is that the base can actually transform, so you can have it like this, or you could just have it as just one square. And obviously, if you do it as just having a single square of base, then you could either do that to have, like, the two bikes facing off against each other, or you could also do it and have, like, just your minifigures fighting in that area, or you could just use the base for your figures in the two rectangles design. Although, really, I think the best way to use this is to just have... I mean, obviously, this is the TRON Light Cycle set, so I think it does make the most sense to just have your good guy and your bad guy on the light cycles, and the girl can be running off to the side, I guess. And yeah, I mean, and really that's all I have to say on this set. Will I be getting it? That's hard to say. I mean, I do like this set, but there are a few problems, such as, I mean, I've never seen TRON, the price per piece ratio on this set is pretty bad, and there are some other sets that I want to get before this in my list, like, obviously, every single LEGO Harry Potter set, most of which haven't even been released yet, but just being new Harry Potter sets automatically puts them at the top of my list. But then there's also, there are a couple Jurassic sets and some other stuff. I'm not going to go into my full list of every single LEGO set I want to get, but I'm not getting this immediately, but there is a chance I will get it at some point, and if I do, I will be glad to review it for you guys. One more thing I should mention is that if you want a review of this set, then the designers of the set, who have the YouTube channel Brick Bros UK, have already received and reviewed the set on their channel. So if you wanted more information on the TRON Legacy set, I would highly recommend you go over to their video on it. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.